Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. Today, we're going to be taking a look at Chainlink against Bitcoin, so its Bitcoin valuation, as well as its US dollar pairing. Remember, if you do like this video and the other videos that I make on this channel, be sure to hit the like button down below and also consider subscribing. In my previous video, I talk about the return of altcoins, most specifically Ethereum. But we see this happening with Chainlink. We see this happening with Cardano. We see this happening to numerous other altcoins. However, with Chainlink, it seems like this is um, something of a sight for sore eyes. Something we'd like to hear most of compared to any other altcoin. Chainlink has, you can't say it was in a bubble. Uh, Coming from this point to the top of the candle, we're 250% valuation against Bitcoin. Um, these things are quite phenomenal, and I think in hindsight we're gonna look back at this and kind of agree and say, okay, yeah, it looked like in a mini bubble, it corrected. I don't think it's gonna go to zero like some people might say, but I think in hindsight this was this was obvious, or people are going to say that this was obvious, considering the exponential move Chainlink has been going at. The question is now is do we move sideways from do we move up from here? And for the month of January, and January is only 4 days old, we're up almost 10%. For the week, for the weekly, we're up 2.65, and for today, we're up 2.75. We see that the first weekly candle in the past 7 weeks of red. There are a lot of things to say, good things to say about Chainlink. Um, we see the 20-week moving average coming down. We do see that once Chainlink's above the 20-week, it moves pretty well. The relative strength index shows that we were at the lowest point for a long time, ever since here in July of 2018. So you could say that we're an oversold territory. There's so many things to go about say like this. These things indicated Chainlink turnaround. This thing, and I would agree with you. However, it ultimately depends on Bitcoin. It really does. If Bitcoin can chill out, that gives altcoins and Chainlink the time it needs to catch up. For days like today, I think because we're so bullish, um, Ethereum's really taking the reins here, and we're starting. We're probably going to see more days like today where you see Bitcoin's down 4%, but Ethereum's up 8, and Chainlink's up 2% against Bitcoin. Um, this is entirely possible. Uh, but at this point, we would need to see it Bitcoin to chill out. Like it's got to stop doing what it's doing. Um, and we will see Chainlink come back up. And this is only with the Bitcoin pairing. And one speculation I have is that for the longest time we saw Chainlink in this exponential move up against Bitcoin. I would argue perhaps, and I there's no basis of thought here, but eventually Chainlink will level off. It cannot maintain this trajectory forever. This might be the first leg in a new formation of the chart. But we just don't know it yet because we're only in the first leg. It could come back up, come back higher than 15,000 sats, or sorry, 155,000 sats. But we won't see this exponential move. It might turn out to be something like Ethereum in the long run, over a span of years. We might see it kind of level off here, and we'll see. I mean, Chainlink is still a relatively young coin. It's only 2 years old, really. Um, Sorry, 3 years old. So we haven't seen it in a full cycle yet. We've seen it in the end of the 2017 cycle, and we saw it for the entirety of the bear market. We haven't seen it in a bull market, so it'd be nice to kind of fill in the holes here on how Chainlink might perform in such situation. But we also might see a fundamental change of Chainlink. And that isn't to say you can't make money off of it. That is to say that eventually this chart's going to change. Eventually this exponential move is going to stop. You cannot expect it to go like this forever. And it could be that this bull market and this capitulation here of this bubble that we had for Chainlink might be the first indications of that, where we might kind of level off from here henceforth. But again, I can't stress this enough. This doesn't mean that you're gonna not make money on Chainlink. It's just means that the chart's gonna look different. Looking at the US dollar pairing, it's a little easier to see on the monthly. But you see, like Chainlink has these consolidation moments. Like this one right here. It was a fairly long consolidation from 2019 to 2020 of March. It was basically moving sideways on the monthly basis. And then from from April 2020 to August, it skyrocketed. It went from uh, uh, $2.20 to $20 or $15 to the candle body. So we are in what it seems to be in another consolidation. I would argue that um, this will move faster. I would expect it to move faster because of the circumstances we're in, because we're in a bull market. Um, I would argue that this would start moving faster. But this is something also to take note. You know, everyone's talking about, or at least I was talking about the crash of Link to Bitcoin, but Link to USD has been pretty much sideways. We're not at $20, but we're not at $5 either. I think we went as low as $8, $7. I think, yeah, $7.35 roughly. But with that said, we've been kind of just moving sideways on the US dollar level, and that still coincides with what Chainlinks does in the past of these of modes of consolidation. Anyway, I don't know if this is kind of the video that everyone likes to hear. That I'm saying that this rise is going to stop. I don't think a lot of people like to hear that, and personally, I don't like to hear it either because I'm late to the party. Essentially, I got it here. That was my first position in Chainlink. I didn't buy down here like everyone else, and so I have now inherent risk, more risk than you guys that who bought below here. Um, with that said, I'm still confident that either A, this trend is going to continue for the foreseeable future, or B, it will level off to some point where it's not going to move up like this, but more so like this, where eventually it's gonna level off. But again, doesn't mean you can't make money off of that. I mean, like look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the greatest example of that, of a logarithmic progression. When we bring it back up, you see, if I can draw it out here, you can see that it curves like that. And that's what I'm talking about. Those kinds of things are entirely possible with Chainlink. But I mean, it's too early to tell. In the meantime, let's enjoy 5% against big percent outpacing against Bitcoin. Let's hope for the best. Let's hope that Chainlink, I'm confident Chainlink will break it, but let's hope and pray that it goes over $20 and we can all make money. That's all for today, guys. Take care. Bye bye.